and welcome to episode 95 of the Arya Bark Podcast. My name's Caroline and I'm coming to you today from my home in Fife in Scotland. If you're a new viewer, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. It's great to have you here. Hope you're all well. I have had a strange week. I've done a lot of knitting. I'm not going to lie, I have done a lot of knitting. But it's only on one project, and yeah. So, let's jump straight in. In this week's podcast, we've got coming in pattern purchases, and we have going out, StashSmash and whips. In this week's podcast, there is a fair amount of knitting. Any patterns that I speak about will be linked in the description box below. Makery friends and that sort of stuff. So let's get started. These are all from my Switch yarns, two of which I can't show. I have received my February mystery mini set, which is 5 20-gram mini skeins, plus my mystery full skein, which is 100 grams and 400 metres. I haven't even started on the mystery mini set from last month. I'm not doing well when it comes to my club project. What I have got is these gorgeousness. Love them. So the first one is this gorgeousness. This is day 10. Which is the Moor Mountains. That was from Ireland, which I think was week 2. I'm sure Ireland was week 2. So it was England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales. Second one is this gorgeousness. And this is from day 16, which was Smooth Caves, which is up in the tippy top of Scotland, I am pretty sure. The next one is this gorgeousness, which is day 21, which is Swallow Falls. I absolutely love it. I don't know whether to leave them skeined up just now or wind them into a cake. I may go back in at some point and write in. Obviously I've put them in day order to show you. I don't think that is the correct order that Mandy had them listed in. However, I will go in and put a number so that I can number them. So that is my yarn purchases. That's all I've purchased. So it is my usual 500 grams, which is these three, the 100 gram main skein and the 100 grams of minis, and that brings my total incoming to 2,000 metres. It is what it is, I don't even care. I'm not overly concerned. I'm slipping further and further behind on the projects, which is a slight problem. Next is pattern purchases. I have purchased 3 patterns. The first one is the Someone to Write Gnome About mini by Schira, who is Imagined Landscapes. I'll stick a picture in. This is a mini version of Knock. The pattern can be purchased on Ravelry or Sarah's Payhip. It is $9 Canadian or £5.31. That's if you're just buying that pattern. However, if you already own, I think it's the same on Payhip as it is on Ravelry. If you've already purchased the larger version of Knock, you then get that pattern for $3, which I think works at about £1.27. £1.30, something like that. It isn't that much. The lovely Nancy did message me to let me know that that was out. However, I'd already seen it and I'd already went on and bought it. So I'm very excited. That will be my March gnome. So I'm very excited. I do need to get Knock finished so that I can have the two of them. That uses 4-ply or fingering weight, and it comes in anywhere between 206 metres and 241 metres. It's approximately 6.5 inches tall, and you use a 2.25 or a 2.5 millimetre needle. So that is that one. My next pattern purchase is the Go-Go Throw by Amber O'Brien. Now, I'm not 100% happy with my brew chevron blanket. However, I had gone on and looked to see if I could find another project that I could start. And I'd bought this one, and I'm still on the fence. This calls for 2,469 to 2,487 metres. It is approximately 30 inches wide by 65 inches tall, which is 95 centimetres by 162.5 centimetres. And you use a 3.75 centimetre needle. I'm still swaying. This again is a pay for pattern on Ravelry or on Albina's Etsy shop. It is $7 or £5.89. I can totally see me ripping that brew chevron blanket back out and casting it on as that. That may possibly happen. My next purchase, I'll stick a picture in. This is the Clara pullover by Albina McLaughlin. It is using chunky weight yarn. It uses between 600 to 1,200 metres of chunky yarn. And it comes in sizes 36.5 inches to 62.75 inches. And you use between a 4mm and an 8mm needle. The pattern can be purchased on either Ravelry or Albina's. I need to check, because I never checked to see if that was on Albina's website. It is €6.75 or £5.88. The problem I have with raglans is they don't seem to sit right. To get them to work for my size, I have to jiggery pokery, so I end up with like a whole load of material sitting here. Apparently Albina sorted that. So, I'm going to give that a try. I don't know if I've got the recommended amount of yarn in chunky. I did mean to check how many balls I've got. According to this, I have enough yarn for the size. I normally make a round about a size 4 or a size 5 depending. I've had a look. For this it's a size 5. To be worn between 4 and 6, I don't want that much positive ease. I'd rather have the minimum amount. I do have enough yarn. It does mean that I do have to stripe it. However, I did buy this. I bought those two yarns specifically to do a jumper together. It was supposed to be a brioche jumper, but I decided against it. So that's still a plan. That's still an option. And it uses a 4mm and an 8mm. So I've been semi-good as far as purchases come. I haven't bought any yarn adjacent stuff. I've not bought any more yarn. I'm being really good. So I've been really, really good at the moment. So my first finished object is my unicorn parallelograms, which is this one. I need to get this photographed. It's not been blocked, as you can possibly tell. It's not been blocked. It is massive. It is a paid for pattern on Ravelry. It is either €7 or £6.17. You can also purchase it from the West Knits website. All the ends have been woven in. I need to block it in order to snip them. It's massive. It is ridiculous. Now, the problem that I've got, nowhere in this house is there enough space to block it. I can't block it outside because it's even too big for the garden. The only thing I can do is take it to Andrew's and block it at Andrew's. Andrew has an exceptionally long haul, so I can take the blocking mats with me and literally pin it from his front door all the way down the hall and into the living room. Don't get me wrong, his house has the same number of bedrooms as this does. However, his house is bigger. I don't know why these houses are weird. Here it's like living in a postage stamp. Yeah, so this is done. I used 340 grams or 1,360 meters. This is all using the Mousewitch Yarns Advent 2024 and this one and this one. Let me see. This one and this one and that one maybe. Yeah, that one and that one are all from the sock set minis. The sock sets are in a separate project. Obviously the minis weren't going to get used, so rather than putting them in stash, I decided to stick it in this. And it is also using the 100 gram day 25 skein that came with it. That's just the border around the end. The remainder of the border colour, so day 25, has now gone into another project. It's massive. I do need to get a picture because there's another drawing for the topping off mall going to be taking place either this week or next week. So I need to get this pictured. Mandy has assured me I don't need to block it, thankfully, because I know I'm not going to be at Andrew's long enough to pin it out. And as much as I love Andrew to bits, I do not trust him to try and block it for me because, yeah. So I need to do it when there's time, when I have time to be able to actually sit and pin it. So that is that one finished. My next project. I genuinely don't know what I was thinking. I really didn't. My next finished object is Yarn Buckle. He is the size of a small child. Let's see if I can get him on. He is the size of a small child. He weighs a ton. He's massive. This thing is a heifer. This is the Choose Your Gnome Adventure by Schira, who's Imagined Landscape. He is my February gnome. Right, so I thought it was a really good idea. Do you know what? I'm going to put him down because he weighs a bloody ton. See, that works. You can see him. So, Yarn Buckle. I had been watching Sarah's videos about gnomes when I was making... Was I making him? Can't remember if it was when I was making him or whether that's... So there's Yarn Buckle and there's Noah. And there's Nock, who's still no finished. I don't even know where Nock is. I put him out the road and now I can't remember where I put him. However, I will find him and get him finished because it's just his hat that's got... Is it a hat? I'm sure it's just the hat and possibly arms. I'd seen Sarah had done a big one. And I was like, oh my god, that would be awesome. Let's make a giant gnome. So, I was looking through my stash and I had a lot of yarn sitting. And I was like, I could use yarn. Now, had I used yarn, it would have worked. Because it would have made a bigger gnome. However, I needed to make a giant gnome the size of a toddler. Now, this thing comes up to my hips. He's massive. From the bottom of him, sitting on the floor, to the tip of his pom-pom, he literally sits just below my hip. It starts at my thigh. So I decided, right, let's hold it double using a 5mm needle. Started the body. It was fine. I think I literally finished the hat. And we were on Zoom. And I happened to say to the Zoom ladies, I don't think I have enough yarn to finish him. The yarn that I had left was specifically for projects. Now, I wasn't wanting to start dipping in to yarn for other projects, because that just compounds the problem. So I went through my stash and I realised that I had this. This is Jarbo Cookie. As you can see, it's fluffy. It's not the greatest to knit with. I have tried a project in this before and it wasn't nice. So I decided, you know what? I'll use that. However, this is DK, so I had to hold that double. So I had two balls there. I had two of them. So I held them together and I was like, well, great, that's only giving me 16. Yarn's 10 times 2 makes 20, so I need to bring this up. And the lovely Sue, fabulous Sue, had said, could you not hold a strand of fingering weight with it? So I did. I'll go further here. So this is just an undyed skein. For the parchment, which is this one, this is Stylecraft Special Yarn. Some of these have ball bands, some of them don't. This Stylecraft Special Yarn, I used 162.57 grams or 318.64 metres. So that was his hat. Next, we have, I used 46.13 grams or 184.52 metres. Jarbo Cookie. This is shade 46204, which is violet. It's 100% acrylic. You get they come in 200 gram cakes and 600 metres each. I used 135.17 grams or 405.51 metres. This is Yarnsmith's Crochet Baby Aran in shade Soft Pink, which is AR30. That was only for his nose, and I used 5.62 grams or 10.96 metres. Next is his beard, which is these. This is Kimsey Brett Super Soft Aran, which is shade number BA9, which is cream. For this, I used 11.90 grams or 22.85 metres. And I made him a ginger because he's Scottish. This is Yarnsmith Crochet Aran in shade 4120, which is the burnt orange. I made him a ginger. Ryan thinks he looks slightly Viking-y. He's massive, he weighs a ton. Altogether, I used 372.84 grams or 9,604.81 metres. He weighs a ton. there's about 500 grams worth of stuffing in them. Well, actually, it'll be more than that. It's about 600 grams worth of stuffing. There's about 600 grams worth of rice stuffed in them. He weighs a ton. He really does. The pattern itself was absolutely lovely. Really enjoyed working on the pattern. What I didn't enjoy was working on him. I don't think it was a great idea to have him at such a tight gauge. I had incredible cramp in my hands. My thumb, my thumbs and my... Nope, can't remember what that finger's called. My pointy finger. Because he was so tight, it was hard going. Basically, for his hat down to his body. When I got to the point where I was binding it off, oh good Lord. I'm not going to lie, that was a workout and a half. And I mean like a proper muscle workout, trying to keep it tight enough. Did get him finished, got him bound off, done the beard. The beard was fine. Beard was actually a lot easier than a lot of them. I had already done his nose. That was the first thing I tried, was doing his nose. Held double. It was fine. The pom-pom had already been put on. At this point, I debated, do I put arms on him? I was like, I'm done. I'm absolutely done with this gnome. I had debated. I may possibly at some point in the year, I do have enough yarn left that I could, if I want to, put arms on him. At the moment, I don't. Now, I know I'd said last week that he will be coming with me to the Southern Wool Show. No, he won't. Because I genuinely do have a fear they're going to ask me to purchase a ticket for him. Because he's my hoosive. So he's going to stay here and guard the craft room. He's now the craft room guard. If he was to fall on somebody, he'd probably kill them. So, that's him. I do highly recommend the pattern. Possibly no holding two arm weights together on a 5mm needle. I maybe go up to a 6. Possibly a 6.5. I'm so far doing this gnome rabbit hole, it's not even funny. When I'm putting this away, I will need to look for Knock and get him finished. Him? Her? It's Knock. I think Knock's a girl. I keep saying him. I think it's a beard. I just automatically assume that they're all male. However, you can get females with beards. Yeah, so that's my plan. Fingers crossed I can find them in here. As you're aware, my goal is to craft 25,000 metres in 2025. So far this year, I have crafted 662.33 metres. With my unicorn parallelograms and the Choose Your Gnome Adventure yarn buckle, I have managed to use up 2,324.81 metres, which brings my total for February to 2,987.14 metres. I am so unbelievably happy. Previous incoming was 8,000 metres. I have added another 2,000 metres, which brings my total to 10,000 metres. No fantastic. Let's be honest, it's no great. However, I'm not really that fussed, to be honest. Both of them are going to be blankets. Both of them will come off my total at some point. Well, apart from the 4,000 metres that I added in black yarn. However, that's going to be used in a project as well. So I'm not majorly concerned at how much I've brought in. It's been worse. Let's be honest, it has definitely been worse. So to target, I have 22,012.86 metres. I haven't crocheted anything. I have knit 2,987.14 metres. I've not spun anything and I've not woven anything. Now, I as you know, I'm a number nerd. I really am. I like numbers. I need every month to craft at least 2,084 metres to hit the 25,000 metre goal. Now, there's going to be some months where that will happen. There'll be some months where it doesn't. However, if I can try and get some blankets finished, that would help. For the Ravelry Project Challenge, I need to finish 3 projects every single month. That isn't an issue. I'm not overly concerned. Obviously, I've finished 6 projects. It is manageable. Some months I'll do it, some months I won't. Some months I'll do more than the 3. It's fine. My Ravelry Project Challenge is to finish 32 projects in 2025. So far I've done 6, which is 19%. As I said, I'm really happy with my progress. Realistically, I think I could have at least one other project finished by next week. Well, it needs to be finished by next week because it needs to be finished by Friday. I don't think there is anything else close enough at the moment to be finished. It is what it is. I am not going to complain. We're only 2 months in. I'm on track. My first whip is the Kuschelig blanket by Christin, Kimsey. This pattern is no longer available on Ravelry. Sorry, I've impaled my needle. Where was I the last time you saw it? I haven't done as much because of yarn buckle. I've not done as much. I was literally here the last time you saw it. Now, I was on day number, just gone on to day 9. I've done day 10 and I've done day 11. I am on day 12, which is brilliant because it means that I'm ahead. Because today is the 10th. So I'm 2 days ahead. The plan is, because this was an Advent project, the plan is to do a section every day, and then by the end of March, well, just before the end of March, I should have this finished. Obviously, if I finish it before then that's great. If not, what ifs? If I can finish it before, that would be brilliant. So what I've done is I've just moved the stitch marker back up. So obviously it was down here. I've moved it up to here. I'm just going to keep working on this. This is going to be a priority to work on once I've done. So, my other half likes to take unannounced holidays. So he'll wake up in the morning and go, there's an in-day holiday, let's take it. Which normally I would be thankful for. However, when you're trying to make his Valentine's present, when he's not here, his back shift being off doesn't help. So, plan is get his Valentine's Day present finished, which I'm nearly there, so it should be fine. This will be a priority, obviously, working on it on Zooms. I'm not going to run through all the colours again because you've already seen them. Obviously, I've done the 2023 sock sets. I'm on the Halloween section, and now I have all the yarn together for the 2024 sock set advents, so it's just knitting on it now. Yeah, it's looking spectacular. It's a bit mismatchy, but because it's all yarn, like and I don't think I mentioned this before, this blanket is literally all yarn from My Switch Yarns. As you all know, Mandy's a very, very, very good friend. It'll be an expensive blanket because it is going to end up using 15 skeins of My Switch yarn. It's, as I tried to explain last time, I don't mind it being expensive because of what it is and what it represents. It is literally showcasing the amazing talents of the lovely Mandy, who I love lots and lots, more than jelly tots. Not just like the jelly tots, more than jelly tots. So that's that project. I am using a 3.5. Yeah, I'm using a 3.5mm needle. Well, I'm using 2. And I'm just going to try and complete a section every day. The way the pattern was written originally was that you done a section every day using your Advent mini skein. Obviously, I'm using 5 cakes to go in and just following it up. So yeah, that's that one. Not much progress, but progress nonetheless. The next project. These are all scrap yarns that I've had sitting. Apart from this one, I nicked that out of blanket. Is Spidey Gnome by Sharon. Mooney. I don't think had I started it last time. I don't think I had started it, or if I did, it wasn't that much. This is him just now. He looks a bit weird. This is for, if I remember correctly, I think that's for his, to pick up his beard. This is him here. He does have a bottle of Tropicana and some plastic pellets rammed inside him. Poor gnome. I will need to do some jiggery pokery because his stuffing's a bit odd. I think the bottle might be too big for him, to be honest. He has waited, he will sit. I think, if I remember correctly, I'm sure I'm at the point now where I decrease down and close them up. Yeah, we're at the part now where going round and closing them up, stuffing as I go, which means all I've got left to do is put his arms on, do his arms, do his legs, and do his hat, and then he's done. And then there's a wee bit of detail in his beard. I don't think it should take me that long. I am currently, I'm further on than what I thought I was. I'm at the stage just now where I'm just going round. I literally have another 8 rounds to finish him off, and then that'll be the body done. I think at that point I'll do his beard, because I don't, oh no, the next part is you do his beard. I might do his hat first. I really don't think it matters what order you do him in. I'll do his beard, I'll do his hat, then I'll do his arms and his legs. And then that'll be him done. These are all scraps. That is Payne's Fab DK in shade 2304, which is pink. Then we have this one, which is Yarnsmith's Create DK in shade 3000, which is black. That's 274 meters and 100 grams. This one's 290 meters and 100 grams. The white is Sardar Bonus DK in shade 961, which is white. This has 280 meters and 100 grams. And this one is Woolcraft New Fashion DK in shade 160, which is Matador, and that's a 300 meters and 100 grams. I am using a size 4mm needle. Yeah, 40 inches or 100 centimeter cord. So that is that one. I should have said Spider Gnome is a paid for pattern on Ravelry. It is $4 or £3.37. So I'm just going to keep working on that. I did miss a project. My next project, what a time me and this project have had. This is the Flax by Tin Can Knits. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. As mentioned before, I did have to rip it back. Now, I didn't put a stitch marker in, which again wasn't very clever of me. However, I have put one in now. I think I'm pretty much at the stage I was at before I had to rip it out. I do have the correct number of stitches, so this I'll just go back, and when I spin again, if it gets pulled, I'll just work on it. To be honest, there isn't much in the way of difficulty in this. It is pretty straightforward if you read the pattern correctly and don't just go randomly adding stitches in when there's no need to be it. I'm loving the raglan increases. Nice detail. Got your garter panel. I do need to decide if I'm going to continue the garter panel down the sides of the body. I probably will, just to break up the monotony of going round and round. I am using modifications, absolutely none, apart from holding 4-ply double. I am using Woolly Knits acrylic 4-ply cone. Start again. In the shade Mallow Pink. You get 2,350 metres in a 500 gram cone. I am still working. I'm not up to where I was, because if I was up to where I was, then I wouldn't be pulling it for here. So I'm still pulling from the stuff that I dripped out. I'm using a 3.5mm needle and a 4mm, so it's like a 4, no I'm not, I'm using a 4.5 and a 3.5, so the 4.5 is for the main body, the jumper, the 3.5 will be for the neckband, the waistband and the 2 cuffs. Yeah, so I'm plodding along. This is going to be getting put away because I did spin earlier on, and I have a new project to work on which I'm so excited about because I love it. The project that I have spun for this week, because I'm taking tips from Tonya. She rolls her dice, works on a project for a week, picks another project. So my project this week, am I still in the middle of a row? I'm still in the middle of a row. Goodness sake. Is my Exploration Station by Stephen West. This is a paid for pattern on Ravelry. It is €7 or £6.10. It can be purchased as part of the West Knits Best Knits ebook, which is €30 or £26.13. I can't remember how I bought this. I don't think I bought the ebook. Or did I? Did I buy it when it was on sale? Can't remember. However, I do have the pattern. This is it here. So I am using in reverse order, I think. No. In order. This is Yarnsmith's Merino Sock in shade 2K 000, which is black. This is 75% merino wool, 25% nylon. You get 400 metres and 100 grams. So that's colour A. A1, can't remember, might be A. The next one is this sparkly beauty, and this is by Mothy and the Squid. It is Midnight Sky. It's a 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% silver stellina. You get 400 metres and 100 grams. Absolutely love it. This was a gift. Next one is this one. I have had this yarn for years. It's been about 3 different shawls. I am finally going to get to use it. This is what it works up as. It's stunning. This is Countess of Blaze, Lady Persephone's sock in the Being Woken Every Morning by Seagulls, which I am. That's that one. And the last colour, which is stunning. This is Mouse Witch yarn in Bleak Midwinter. It's a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. You get 400 metres and 100 grams. And this is how it's working up. Love this. Plan is, I'm using a 3.75mm needle. The plan will be to work on this for a week in between Ryan's Valentine's present, and hopefully I can get some more work done. I do have, I'm getting in a tangle, I do have a stitch marker already in, so it's just a case of working on this. I'm looking forward to working on this because this is actually quite a nice knit. At the moment I am on the short row section. I'm on wedge 6. I'm not that far into it. I think at the moment I'm on row 3, which is where I just work backwards and forwards. I've got my stitch marker in to show me where I need to knit to. Yeah. This should be fairly simple. This is the last wedge section, which means I then go on to a brioche section. I'm really happy with this. I'm just going to keep working on it. And hopefully, when you see me next time, I'll have the wedges finished. I'll be on the brioche. Do I think I'll be able to get the full shawl done? Possibly not. However, I'm hoping to have at least sections 1 and 2 finished. So that is my plan. That is everything. I'll apologise for the interruptions, dog barking and stuff. Getting Ryan's Valentine's Day present finished. And hopefully getting some more work done on my Kuschelig. I need to try and stay ahead of that. Do a hard push on Ryan's one when Ryan's home. I'll spend a couple hours on each of them every day. Obviously, once Ryan's Valentine's Day present is done, then it will just be a case of in the morning while I'm doing my reading, get the Kuschelig section in, and then that just gives me the rest of the day to work on the exploration station. That's the plan. That's the hope. That's my hope. So that is the bin lorry here. So there's going to be a lot of banging. So I'm going to go. I hope you have a very, very pleasant morning, afternoon or evening. And I will see you back here again soon. Bye.